Good morning, friends, and welcome to Take Two for this Monday, the 15th of March, 2021. I'm Jeannie. I'm so glad that you've decided to come along for the ride today after what I hope was a wonderful weekend. Well, it's time for a new week, and we don't like necessarily when Mondays roll along, but it's always nice to start your day with something lovely. And one of the things that we did first thing this morning, right before it was even just starting to get light out, was we like to go out on our little back deck of our house and have our coffee, and sometimes also have a little Bible devotion in the morning, or just enjoy watching and welcoming the new day. And that's what we did this morning. But Michael went out actually ahead of me, and when I joined him with coffee in hand, he said, "You would not believe what kind of noise I'm listening to this morning." And I said, "Well, what do you mean?" He said, "Every bird you could imagine is in these trees, swooping down, making noise." There was the sweet songbirds with their little tweets, and there was crows and blackbirds with their screeching, and there was even the woodpecker found a way to communicate with some loud pecking on the tree. One way or another, these birds were all out there making a lot of noise this morning. And even the squirrels, not just the birds, but even the squirrels were kind of with one another, and they were out there in force, and they were just running all over the yard and in the trees and everything else. But they were all making noise. And it dawned on me, they were all communicating. Isn't it interesting? You could have all those different noises. You could have all those varieties of birds and other critters making all kinds of noises, and they are communicating with one another. And let me tell you, I honestly don't think that the sparrow is mistakes the sounds that he hears from the crow and says, "Oh, gee, was that another sparrow talking to me, and maybe just has a sore throat?" No, I really truly believe that the sparrow talks to the sparrow, the crow talks to the crow, the blackbird talks to the blackbird, and the woodpecker is making all kinds of noise, and there's other woodpeckers out there that are listening to that communication. We joked this morning and said maybe it's Morse code that he's doing or that she's doing. I understand the males do that a lot of times to attract the attention of the females, and they know that that's almost like a wooing that's going on with that pecking in the wood, one of the many things that pecking the wood stands for and what it accomplishes. But my point is this: there was communication going on, and somehow if you are in tune to the people on the other side that you're trying to communicate with, and they're in tune to you to receive the communication, you could have a really good relationship. I thought about a story that I heard some time ago about a mom who was picking up her child from school, and she was in the row of cars, and it was a warm day, so she kind of got out of her car to cool down a little bit, waiting for the school to be dismissed. And they heard the bell, and then and all kinds of noise as the dozens of children went running towards the fence to wave to their parents or whoever was picking them up. And as they were running to the fence, of dozens of kids, suddenly one of them, you could hear in the distance, crying because she had run out and tripped and fallen, and she was crying. Instantly, the mother of that child went running towards the other side of the fence, saying, "Honey, it's okay. I'm here. Mommy's here. Mommy's here." The teacher helped the child up and went towards the fence so she could see her mother. Isn't it remarkable that of the dozens of children that were making noise that day, cheering, yelling, whatever they were doing, saying hello to their parents, when one cried, the mother of that crying child knew immediately that that was her child. How? Because they communicated with one another. There was that bond. And sadly, when you don't have that kind of communication, when one is talking about oranges and the other one is hearing apples, apples. What happens is that you miss the mark, and there ends up being a lot of miscommunication, and a lot of times it ends up in very unfavorable results. So my encouragement to you today, boys and girls, is not only do you want to learn how to communicate to others, but learn how to receive communication back from them, because then if you're both on the same wavelength, you could have clear communication one with another. And let me say this, if you keep going round and round and round in circles with the same issues with somebody and say he never understands, well, she never gets it, or whatever, whether it's friendship, co-workers, parent and child, whatever it might be, seek out some assistance from a neutral third party who is unbiased, who could help you, even if it means a professional. And I really am a firm believer in learning that skill of communication, just like the birds and the squirrels and even that silly woodpecker up in the tree. They've learned how to communicate, and that's how they can live in harmony, even if it sounds a little bit like screeching. Now go out and be a blessing to somebody today. You may end up being the only one who is. If you know somebody who's having trouble communicating with people, seek them out and let them know that there is help, and get them some help so they can learn how to communicate, okay? And also, if you're having trouble with it, don't forget to seek it out for yourself, because it's really, truly worth it in the end. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Jeanne Sigler, JeanneSigler. Hit the subscribe on that notification bell, and you will be notified every time another Take Two premieres. We'll have a wonderful and blessed week, y'all, and I will see you on Wednesday on Hump Day. And meanwhile, you take care, and I will see you then. I love ya. Bye-bye. I hope that was clearly communicated.